The topic of the webinar today is all around multiplying and increasing sales over the holidays. Now, there is every year a massive missed opportunity. Now, the term abandoned carts is very familiar to everyone. In fact, you probably know your data on what your abandoned cart ratio is. Everyone's focused on abandoned carts. There's tools to solve abandoned carts. It's a well-known problem. And if you just search abandoned carts, you'll find a ton of news articles about them, how to solve it, the big problem, why it's such an issue. 70% of shoppers are abandoning carts, why it's so high, and what you can do. Like the list goes on. Abandoned carts are a big problem. But what no one's talking about is the carts that never got filled. And it's almost as big a problem as abandoned carts. And it's always easy to say when you miss something, but the opportunity of what you didn't get is harder to measure, but it can be as equally disastrous for your company. You just don't know it. And sometimes the unknown can be more damaging than the known. So the carts that never got filled, products didn't get suggested properly at the right time. It's almost a bigger miss than the abandoned carts. And a couple stats just to kind of highlight this is Shopify Plus stores that are doing it well are averaging 12.7% extra sales just from post-purchase offers. So when you look at this, if you're not generating an extra 12.7% extra sales from your post-purchase offers, you're leaving money on the table. And most people aren't. There's some stores doing well more than this, by the way. This is an average of the top, I think it was the top 500 Shopify Plus stores. So like there's some stores doing 20 or 30%. This is an average. 20 to 27 of the same stores, 25 to 27% of their revenue comes from cross-sell and upsell offers. And the difference between a cross-sell and upsell is a cross-sell is an add-on, an upsell is an upgrade, but some form of an offer to either upgrade or add on to a product. 27%. If you expand out, last year, there was roughly 200, this is an estimate based off of, in just North America, $260 billion lost from not asking. That's crazy. Like we talk about the abandoned carts and how much is lost when people add to cart and they don't check out, but there's so much lost simply because we don't ask. Now, one of my favorite quotes from one of my all-time favorite people, Michael Scott, of course, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Michael Scott, or maybe some people credit this to Wayne Gretzky. I love this. So 100% of the offers that don't get asked, you won't sell. Now, often I get asked this, aren't upsells annoying? Like, isn't it annoying when you have an offer popping up and I just want to have a frictionless journey? Well, the truth is, yeah, they are annoying, the bad ones. The good ones actually are the opposite. And there's a lot of data and actually from a couple reports that show they actually increase a customer's connection with a brand when it's a relevant offer. So customers actually appreciate products being offered that enhance the purchase. If it's not a relevant offer, yes, they're annoying. Yes, you're going to annoy your customers. And yes, they're going to abandon their buying journey. But if it's a relevant, well-timed offer, they actually feel more connected to you and they appreciate it. And customers whose checkout, this is from Peel Insights, whose checkout include a recommended add-on, actually report a higher overall satisfaction from their order experience. Think about that. You're giving them a better experience and you're making more money. So yes, if you do it wrong, it can be annoying. Just think about like a salesperson in the store trying to sell you 100 things that you don't want. But when you find that salesperson that's recommending you the right products, the right time, it's super helpful. You are more connected to that store and you actually appreciate it. So what does that look like though, right? What is a relevant offer and not a relevant offer? And there's a lot of different ways you can look at it, but this is how I like to think about it. And I'm going to kind of provide a bit of a framework for how you can think about it too. So there's a lot of different types of offers. I'm going to kind of talk about 5 here. So product page offer. Let me show you what this is, and then I'm going to come back to this slide here. So a product page offer is, and actually I'll just click on this here, so it'll come right to the product. Product page offer, when I am on a product and I add to cart and I'm presented an offer, this is what I'm talking about as a product page offer. Now, this is a simple one where it just comes up. Product page offers can be simple or complex with funnels. If I say yes, I can then also add more. If I say no, I can offer something else. But the point is, it's on the product page. Okay, now going back to here, a product page offer has to have extreme relevance, and I would suggest 100% relevance, but at least 90% or more. And what I mean by relevance is, I don't know if you noticed, but I was buying a coffee maker and it recommended a coffee grinder. That's a very relevant offer based off of what the product is being purchased. If I was buying the coffee maker and the offer was something in the world of coffee, I think of a good example, but like maybe not a perfectly relevant offer, you'll still get some conversions, but you're not going to get that 27% that those top stores are getting. So this is the first point of the buyer's journey. It has to be extremely relevant. And this is also where you can get away with a higher priced add-on. I don't know if you noticed, but that grinder was $100. And actually, if I would have said no there, it offered a $30 grinder. There was a cheaper one as a downsell in the funnel. But you can get away with a bit of a higher offer here. So like, this isn't where you want those impulse $5 items. In fact, that actually is annoying. If on every page you've got a $5 item, you can get a higher ticket item that's relevant to the product being added. Okay, that's the product page. Going one step further is the cart or the cart drawer, depending on like what Shopify theme you use. There's different experiences, and I'll show both here actually. So the cart actually is up on the screen right now. So, cart drawer. This is the cart drawer. And actually, this is an item being offered right here, this mystery box, which we're going to talk a little bit more about later. But this is an offer here. And then also, if I go to, I'm just going to type it in the URL, because this particular theme uses a cart drawer. But if I go directly to the cart and I click checkout, I can have an offer on the cart page as well too. Now, cart offers are getting to be acceptable to be a little bit less relevant. And you often might have more than one product in your cart, so it's harder to be relevant, but you can get away with a little bit more impulsive items here. So I don't know if you noticed, but in that cart, I was offering some syrups, and that's relevant, but maybe it's not like a perfectly matched item to what's being bought, but it's still relevant. And that's why I say 50%, like it should still be relevant, but you could start to get away with a little bit more impulsive items. Again, the cost now should be going down a little bit. I'm saying 30% or less. By the way, when I say or less of the original item being added, I thought that was obvious, but I just want to clarify that. So if the item I'm buying, if my cart is $100, your average cart value, you probably want an offer that is at least 30% or less. Like you don't want to offer something that's $70 for when you have an average checkout size of $100. Okay, so that's your cart. Now we've got checkout. Let me show you what this looks like, and then I'll come back to this page here. So I'll go ahead and add these. And when I get to checkout, I'm logged in here. I'm just going to sign out real quick here so it doesn't have any history. This is a checkout offer. That is a one-click offer in the checkout, and you're probably familiar with these. With a click, you can add it. Now, this is where we really start to get where price actually makes a difference. So we notice that these need to be very impulsive. What was the product I had there? I can't remember. This may or may not actually be the best example here, this item, but it should be something. Think about like the aisle when you're at the checkout at a store. There's those impulsive items. That's why they put chocolate bars and batteries and cheap things like right at the cash register, is you almost don't have to think to make a decision. it's $5, $10. Yes, I'm going to just impulsively buy it. You don't want to put something here that is expensive and requires a lot of thought. It needs to be impulsive. So, but it actually doesn't have to be super relevant. So if you notice the relevance score, we don't notice much drop in conversion when a product is less relevant. So here's where you can actually put one product that is for all products being bought. So when you're creating offers, you can say, if any product is purchased, offer this coffee syrup, just as an example. You don't have to get as particular with like, when this product's bought, offer this, when this product, this. The checkout is more of an impulsive thing. Then the next step is post-purchase. And I'm actually going to show you this because I was just on a call with someone and I said post-purchase checkout, and they'd never seen one. So this is a demo store here. So I'll just go ahead and put in my fake credit card information. And any of you actually can head to our Bold Commerce demo store if you wanted to test this. And I will purchase this. And on the it's actually one step before the thank you page, I've got an offer to add something with one click to the purchase I just to the order I just purchased. I can have options here. I can choose what I want. The point is, it's one click. This is coffee coasters, and when I add it, you'll see it takes about a second, but it just adds to the existing order. It doesn't create a second order. It's in the existing one right there. Now, these relevance is even less important, but price ratio, you can actually get away with more. And so this is when we're looking at conversion rates. Like, you can get away with a little bit more expensive. Now, remember, the customer's bought from you at this point. They've spent money. They've taken out their credit card. They've placed a purchase. So they trust you. They've already entered their credit card information. You're also not interfering with their buying journey. If they just walked away right at this point, the order would just complete itself. They don't actually have to select yes or no. They can just walk away, and I think it's 3 minutes later, the order just completes with the original items that were in the cart. But if they accept the offer, then you saw what happens there. It adds it to the order. So you can get away with a little bit more on this one, expensive wise, but relevance, this one even less. Like, just it really needs to be impulsive, like super impulsive, but you can get away with a little bit more. And then the last place is, there's a lot more places you can show upsells, like all the subscription upsells and things, but I'm not going to focus on that. I'm just focusing on what the buying journey might be for your holiday season. Email upsells are, and I don't have a demo of this because the email takes a little bit to actually send on the order I just placed. But later on in the day, an email would go out saying, thank you so much for your order. Did you want to add one of these? Now, emails, you can actually get quite expensive again, because the customer is contemplating the purchase. It's not necessarily impulsive. They might click on it, read the description of the product, and then add it. Relevance is very important. You don't want to send a $5 item to like an impulsive, cheap thing to add. You actually want to send something thoughtful. So if it's the coffee maker example, I might want to actually send the full cleaning kit for it. It's very relevant. Might be $45 or something, the solution and everything I need to clean it. But relevance is important, and you can get away with a more expensive offer. So this is kind of, if you don't have to memorize these numbers, this is kind of how to think about it. Is from the beginning of the journey, the relevance and price ratio is high, and it goes down and down and down as you get to checkout. But then in the email, it's high again. And so this is how you need to think about structuring your offers. And the problem is, a lot of people just put a impulsive cheap item on the product page, and it's more annoying than anything. And that goes to the slide we saw earlier. Aren't upsells annoying? Well, they can be. If you're just showing, like, imagine if you're buying a computer, or you're at Target and you're buying something, and every time you're buying something, the salesperson is like, did you want a chocolate bar with that? It make no sense. But when you finally get to the checkout, you might buy a chocolate bar with your computer that you bought from the electronics section. But if the electronics person offered you a chocolate bar, that would be really weird. And the problem is a lot of brands get this mixed up and they have the wrong offers in the wrong spots. But when you get the right offers in the right spots, you can get those conversions, and actually you can get much higher than those conversions that we showed you. So this is the formula you want to follow. Now, I'm going to get into a few more examples, but this is the first spot that I wanted to pop this up. Nike, if you can throw the offer up on the screen. We are giving, if anyone saw these offers and you're like, I want to have these on my store for the holidays, we are making Bold Upsell 100% free until 2026. It's actually free for 2 months, so it would work out till January 6th-ish. So if you're interested in taking advantage of that, Nike, can you put the offer call out on the screen? I think, unless it's up there and I just don't see it. There we go. So if you're, oh, I guess this is a poll. Okay, that's fine. I think as long as we get notified, we'll let you know how to actually activate that. There's no cost. There's no setup cost. There's like zero strings attached here. It's unlimited views on our highest plan. There's no sketches or anything. It is just free until 2026. So if you want to take advantage of that, let us know and we'll send you the details how to activate it. Okay, now I want to show you, with the time we have left here, the top performing offers, and maybe this will spark some ideas of what you can do for the holidays. Obviously, if you want to go and create very relevant offers that we just talked about, that's great. But here's some other ideas that might just inspire you of what you can offer for the holidays. Okay, the first one, and you saw a little peek of this. The mystery box offer crushes during the holidays. It crushes all the time. I would actually always have a mystery box offer running on your store. Everyone knows that, like, I have kids, and when I take them to like the mystery boxes, the surprise toys, whatever it is, they will buy those all day long over a toy that they can see what it is. Adults are the same way too. Now, what you want to do with your mystery box offer is you want to make it, like, let me actually show you an example of what this might look like. You can put it wherever, like you saw it in the cart drawer earlier. You can have it on the product page. It could be in the checkout. You could have it on the thank you page. What you want to do is you want to give a range of value that's more than it costs. So as you can see in this example right here, it's $20, and I have a limit of only 3 per customer. And that kind of just creates a little bit of a sense of urgency. Like, I can't buy 10 mystery boxes, but it might have a value of $30 to $200. One out of every 200 boxes is valued at $1,000. I mean, you can make this whatever you want, but the idea is there's more value than it costs. And the side bonus of this is this great way to get rid of slow moving inventory. So if you've got inventory that you're trying to get rid of, put it in the mystery box. And these little ones where you have a bonus, we actually saw a candle company one time, Diamond Candles, I think it was. I can't remember. They had every 5,000 candles actually had a diamond in it. So you can do neat things like that too, where you actually have, I think it was Mr. Beast. He did with cars. He didn't do it as an upsell, but it was a toy car, but one out of like 100,000 of the cars actually was a Lamborghini. Probably not going to do that, but you get the idea. Having something that is a big prize will make a huge impact on conversion. So this is a really fun one to do for the holidays. Okay. And I actually would run this all year long. Have a mystery box somewhere on your store. They crush it. Second one, this is very specific for the holidays. Offer gift wrapping. Now, let me show you what this looks like. You can do this in a number of places, but when someone adds a product to the cart, specifically if something is like a holiday themed item, make sure you offer gift wrapping, assuming you can. And you can give them different options, let them pick different colors of gift wrapping. Now you can have more options here. I could say add a bow, add a message, like you can customize this more. I just have the colors here, but you get the idea. Christmas vibes. This is just like a no-brainer, especially around the holidays, to offer gift wrapping. Also just puts people kind of in that like holiday spirit when they're shopping. And I anecdotally think it increases conversion and cart value when you're seeing holiday stuff around a store when you're shopping. So, okay, that's gift wrapping. third one, holiday bundles. Now, this is, let me just remove this item from the cart here because I want to show you one that is, okay. This one takes a little bit more time to set up because you actually have to create a bundle, but take some of your products that you think would make a great holiday bundle. Like I look for this every single year. People who are shopping your store over the holidays are busy. They don't know if I'm buying makeup for my daughter. I don't know. I want to buy a bundle. If I'm buying, if my wife is buying me fishing supplies, she might want to buy the walleye bundle. She doesn't know which ones to get. Make it super easy for shoppers to buy a holiday gift package. In fact, they want that. So like I just made this example. If I'm buying whatever it is here, looking for the perfect gift for someone, why not try a coffee lover holiday bundle? These do amazing over the holidays. So I would get this running today. And then if you could actually have a funnel, actually, I think I might. If they buy this, then offer gift wrapping, which I think I do. So you can do a funnel where when someone buys a bundle, why not offer gift wrapping? These kill it over the holidays. It just takes a little bit of time on your part to create a bundle, throw those images in Canva, make it look like a basket of some sort. You can use ChatGPT to make the image, but have a bundle. Like, please have a bundle in your store over the holidays. They do so well. That's number 3. The fourth one. This is one that surprisingly does really well that you wouldn't normally think of doing. Product protection. Whenever I buy a gift, if I bought something like this, let's just take this espresso machine. If I'm buying this for my brother for the holidays, because it's a gift, people buying gifts are much more likely to buy product protection for someone else than they are to buy it for themselves. It's I don't know the exact number, but it's like double more product protection purchased for gifts than they do when they buy it for themselves. Because I don't want to look like cheap. Like I bought this espresso machine for my brother, but I didn't get you the product protection. It's like, no, and it actually becomes like a selling point. So when they add it to cart, offer whatever the product protection is. And here's how you do it. You actually create a product in your Shopify store. And what I did with this one is I made it so I have variants. So I can have 2-year product protection. I can have 3-year product protection. And what this will do is when I buy this product protection, it'll actually add it to the cart. If I go to checkout here, you'll see, let me get through here. It actually adds it. Okay, sorry. That's why I didn't. My product protection. Make sure your product protection is in stock, because it's actually a product, is what I wanted to show you. It actually will add that product to the checkout. Now, what you do is if someone wants to claim their product protection, you can just look up that customer in your Shopify store, check the order history. If they've purchased the product protection, you can see the exact date they bought it, and you can see if they have whatever the coverage is you have. I was talking to a store earlier this week, and they're converting 20% on their product protection on their products. It's like you will convert a percentage. I guarantee it. I think you might even convert more than 20%, depending on how expensive your items are. Higher ticket items might convert higher. This particular store, they were a coffee store actually as well too, and they converted 20%. So it's and what they actually did was it was shipping protection. So for damage during shipping, same thing. It wasn't even product protection. So that's the fourth one, is consider adding this. It's super easy to do. Create a product in your Shopify store. Call it product protection. Like literally call the product that. Give it the variants, and then anytime you need, you can look up the customer history in your Shopify accounts, and you can see if that customer's purchased it, and then you just manage it yourself. It'll bump your revenue 15 to 20% for simply just offering it. Okay. The second last one is donations. Now, this is not super intuitive. Accepting donations is a great idea. Let me show you what this looks like. But there's a reason why here. So when I add this to cart, you'll see that an offer comes up. Do I want to help? It aligns me with a charity. So like I'm doing good. And there's a lot of data that shows that customers will spend more with brands that are doing good in the world. So hopefully you're doing some good anyway. But even if it's altruistic motives to sell more, at least you're still doing some good. You can have options as well. So I want to donate 4 lunches and add this to the cart. This is a great one to do on the cart page, by the way. I have it on a product offer here, but it's a great one for the cart. Now, here's the kicker with donations. If a donation is $20 or less, you get the tax receipt. That means you don't have to provide a tax receipt to a customer. So if you notice, the most expensive option I have here is 15. And I've made it so they can't add more than one. I've turned off the ability in the Upsell app. You can control whether or not a customer can add more than one. So the most they can choose to donate is $15. I could have actually made this 20, but any donation under $20, you get the receipt for. And you probably notice, like every store you go to, they ask you to round up for charity. Would you like to donate $5 for this? Whatever it is. Well, it's great. That money is going to charity, and that's awesome. But what most people don't think about is the store is getting millions of dollars in a tax write-off for that donation. So if you collect $10,000 in donations, you make the donation to the charitable cause, you get that tax write-off against your income, which might save you $3,000, $4,000, depending what the tax rate is where you are. So it's a great thing to do, especially around the holidays. People are very giving, and you get rewarded for it. So that's why I put it in here. It kind of checks a few boxes. Very easy to do. Again, this is actually a product that gets added to the cart. And what I do is when at the end of the year, I just go in reports and I run a report on that product, and I can see that I've taken in $750 in sales for this product. And then I make that donation for that exact amount, and then I get my tax receipt for that amount. Okay, last one here is we're all busy over the holidays, and you might be looking at some of these things and thinking, this is great. I don't have time to do all this. The number one thing that I would do for the holidays is turn on AI offers. AI offers they use product order history, customer history. They look at what is normally bought with other products, and it just runs on your store. And you actually have to do anything. It's literally a click to turn it on. And on every single product or products that have a recommended offer, I shouldn't say every single product. There might be products where there isn't a good offer and just won't show. But if there is a recommended offer for a product, it will present the offer, and you can have these up and running on your store in 60 seconds. Like it's literally turn on AI smart offers and let them run. The holidays, the thing I want to make sure is no one misses out on 20 to 30% more revenue because they don't have time. And I know that some stores have hundreds of products, and you might be thinking, I don't have time to go in and set up all these offers. Just turn on AI smart offers. They actually convert better than manually created offers anyway. We're seeing, I think last month we looked and it was close to 45% better than manually created offers. So it's not even that you're turning on AI offers and you're not going to get as good conversion. You might actually even get better conversion. That's on average, that's what we're seeing. So these AI smart offers, like if you missed out, if you didn't do a single other thing I said on this webinar, turn these on because it'll boost your average cart size 15 to 20%, like with zero effort. Okay. We're exactly 1 minute over time. So perfect spot to end here. We covered a lot today, and I just want to put this out one more time. If you want to try any of this, we are happy to help you. Again, we are making it completely free. I don't care if you install it and uninstall it after the holidays. Hopefully you see some value in it and you keep it beyond the free period. But if you don't, that's fine. Most of our stores are seeing 20 to 100x ROI on the cost after the free period anyway. That's the goal, is it makes you much more money. But if you're interested in this, Nike, can you put the offer back up on the screen one more time, and then just there's going to be an option to click it. And if you're interested, we'll send you the link of where to get that. There we go. So click yes if you want to know how to activate that, and click no if you don't like free stuff. And that's it. And if you have any questions, I am always happy to put my personal email up for anyone. That's my direct email there. Feel free to email me. I'm happy to help anyone. Oh, I forgot to mention, with the free offer is free onboarding as well too, if you want. And if you don't want anyone to help you, that's totally fine. But we will have a upsell specialist walk you through setting up your offers, setting it up for your store, configuring everything, which is, I personally think, a huge value. I know I can almost guarantee you I could double or triple any store's conversion by spending 20 or 30 minutes with them. So that's the biggest part of it, which I forgot to mention. But if you want to take advantage of that offer, we will help you set it up as well too. So yeah, so that's it. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. I wish you the absolute best this holiday season. Hopefully a lot of you can take advantage of this offer and kick some butt this Black Friday, and see you on the next webinar.